WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Choctaw County deputies are asking for your help to find an escapee from a drug court program.
Joshua Levi Kelly is wanted for receiving stolen property and grand larceny. Investigators say he's on the run from county and state agencies. There have been reports that he may have been spotted in Choctaw or Webster counties. Deputies say Kelly has ties to the Starkville area. There's a $500 reward offered for information that leads to his arrest. If you see him or know where he is, call the Choctaw County Sheriff's Office or your local law enforcement.
One arrest is made and the search is on for another suspect involved in a multi-county burglary spree. We're getting a look at footage from inside the Biwai Country Store. Video shows one man smashing the ATM, which sparks and startles the suspect. It's unclear if they were able to actually get away with anything from inside the store. Choctaw County deputies arrested Tykeal Petty, and he's charged with commercial burglary in Kemper County and will be charged with the same crime in Choctaw County. Investigators are still looking for Joe White Jr. He's wanted on the same charges. White may be in the Starkville area. 2 juveniles were also questioned and will be charged through juvenile court. Law enforcement from Winston, Kemper, and Choctaw counties are investigating the cases.
Crews spend the day cleaning and clearing after early morning storms brought high winds to our area. Starkville took the brunt of the damage. 3 trees fell on homes in Oktibbeha County. 2 of those were inside the city limits. Power outages were reported throughout the area. Winds toppled a 100-year-old oak tree near the Greensboro Center. Traffic had to be rerouted while crews worked to get everything back to normal.
Several trees that's down, several power lines that's been reported that's down. And that's basically it. Like I said, I see a lot more, a heavy workload of the first responders, which is the public works community. They've been out working diligently.
No injuries were reported during that damage.
The winds also caused havoc in Tupelo. Drivers and even the high school were all impacted.
Allie Martin has a look at the storm damage and the rapid response from utility workers.
The storm system with strong straight-line winds hit West Tupelo first, toppling 8 transmission poles onto Cliff Gookin Boulevard. Crews were on scene quickly, removing debris from the road, but power was out at the high school. Although school is not in session, administrators and other staff are on campus daily during summer break.
Our principals and assistant principals and counselors, they're here preparing for the next school year. It does impact what goes on here as we start preparing for the 2019-20 academic year.
The straight-line winds caused damage in other parts of the city. This house behind me on Wilson Street has part of a tree through its roof. Tupelo Water and Light Director Johnny Timmons says about 1,000 people were without power early Thursday morning, but it was quickly restored.
We were able, due to the fact that the city has we have a loop feed around the city, we were actually able to reverse and go and pick that load up from South Tupelo and put people back in lights real quick.
No injuries were reported and power to the high school should be restored by Friday. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The National Weather Service says that the damage again was caused by high winds. Time now to get a first look at our forecast. We'll turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Yeah, Andre, those storms that came through last night and even through early morning hours of today, we had about 24 severe weather reports in our area, all straight line winds, no tornadoes reported at this event here. Now, out in Bolivar County, Mississippi, there was one person that was killed in a mobile home. The National Weather Service did report that. A tree fell in the house there. Tonight, warm and muggy and isolated showers possible. Not worried about any more strong storms. However, as we move ahead here, heading for the weekend out there, temperatures are climbing. We've got a heat wave coming in. The heat index values into the triple digits. There's also the chance for some isolated strong storms with more storms next week. We'll talk about all of that coming up in just a bit.
The Columbus Air Force Base has a stunning economic impact in the Golden Triangle.
Yeah, $315 million landed in the area last fiscal year. That's up from $44 million from 2017. Our Jory Talley joins us in the studio with more on this story. Jory?
Those numbers were the focus of the base's 2018 Economic Impact Report. And Air Force leaders told the base community council that the continued growth is good for both military personnel and their civilian neighbors.
The Columbus Air Force Base is an economic engine for Columbus and the Golden Triangle.
Columbus Air Force Base is an integral part of the community, and it's great that we can show a 16% growth since last year, and $315 million to the community as an impact is great for Northeast Mississippi and the Golden Triangle region.
Since 2013, that growth has climbed 30%. That's $74 million.
It is the people coming into the community and what we spend when we live off base, when we shop for food off base, or shop for the other life essentials that you need.
Colonel Samantha Weeks says part of that growth is coming from an increase in jobs tied to the base.
Our maintenance contract is one of the contracts that we have that is very large. Over the last 2 years, we've also had to do construction projects on 2 of our 3 runways, and that definitely has a significant impact on the economy in the region.
And Weeks says a nationwide shortage of Air Force pilots is not hurting the Columbus base.
Our mission is, as a flying training wing, to produce pilots. We like to say create pilots here because we're molding something, out of nothing to make it a military aviator and part of our profession of arms. And so we'll see an increase in the mission of our base in the next few years to meet that shortage and increase the production that we have.
Weeks says the base and community grow and thrive together. She has seen firsthand the importance of that relationship. Weeks grew up in a small area in upstate New York near a military base.
And our base actually closed in 1995, and so I lived through watching what happens when a military installation leaves a smaller town. And so I love the fact that the Friendly City truly is that, and the partnership between the Golden Triangle region and Columbus Air Force Base is one of the strongest that I've ever seen in my 22 years.
The base is undergoing some construction and quality of life improvements. Some of those include repaving parking lots, redoing runways, a new outside playground, and improvements to the base's fitness trail.
A Pontotoc County furniture manufacturer is rising from the ashes and growing. Behold, Washington will add 20 jobs in a $400,000 expansion. The furniture maker caught fire last September. The company recently held a groundbreaking for its new warehouse that was destroyed. The Mississippi Development Authority is helping with building improvements at the new facility, which the city of Pontotoc is buying. Behold, Washington will lease the facilities. New operations could begin in the fall.
Some area athletes head west to prove that age is nothing but a number.
We check in on their practice run when we come back.
A racial reconciliation ministry believes overcoming the obstacles to unity is possible, but takes a lot of work. Mission Mississippi President Nettie Winters spoke today at St. James Catholic Church. He said there are many avenues for reconciliation in every community, and churches should be taking the lead in uniting people of all races. Winters believes unity can happen despite political differences.
I think our Christianity should trump all of our differences. It ought to override all of our differences. So that's what we're pushing for. Put our Christianity hat on and do the things we're supposed to do, and not allow our differences that relates to race or political or otherwise to separate us or divide us to the point that we cannot work together.
Mission Mississippi will soon announce a regional event in North Mississippi.
A North Mississippi basketball team will represent the state at the Senior Olympics. The Crypto Ballers won the Mississippi State Tournament in 2018, landing a spot in this week's Senior Olympics in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The 6-man team has been playing in church leagues and other teams for the past 20 years or so. Players say they're looking forward to proving that age is no limitation.
It's a riot. The competitive spirit's still there. We all just have a good time competing. We don't have to win, but we just like to get out there and bang and have a good time with our brothers out there.
It's a good excuse to go out and have fun, doing something we love. And actually, we'll meet new friends from other states along the way. Of course, we're competitive. We want to win, but it's fun, too.
Qualifying tournaments begin Friday. Championship games are Sunday and Monday.
More batches of strong to severe storms are expected to form off to our north on Friday. They will slide to the south and to the east towards parts of our area. We'll time it out and talk more about it coming up here after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Well, we had lots of sunshine out there today in Vernon, just a few clouds out there on our sky cam at Durham's Pharmacy. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s with a calm wind. Dew points, though, look at that, middle 70s. That is why it feels so sticky and soupy outside, very much like summer, and that'll be a factor for us moving forward. We have been dry across the region this afternoon and evening. Maybe we see an isolated shower tonight. Those temperatures, though, will stay in the upper 80s here until the sun sets, then we'll cool things off. It's 89 in Jackson, 88 in Columbus. Notice out to the west, 92 in Shreveport, 96 in Dallas, Oklahoma City at 90. That heat will come our way later on tomorrow into the weekend. Tonight, though, we'll cool things down into the low 70s, maybe upper 60s in a spot. I won't rule out a stray shower somewhere. I do think many of us will stay dry, though. We'll drop down to 71 in Columbus, 72 in Starkville, 71 in Pontotoc, and 73 in Louisville. Overnight tonight under a partly cloudy sky. On Friday, then, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. There will be the chance for a few stray showers and storms, perhaps into the afternoon and evening, with some better chances to the north and to the east. We are all heading for the 90s, though, all the way up to 93 in Tupelo and in Amory, 92 in Houston, and 92 in Calhoun City. I think the Tupelo region and perhaps even in West Alabama have the best chance to see some of these showers and storms roll through. We'll get up to 93 in Soldier and in Vernon, 94 in Reform and in Aliceville. In the Golden Triangle, maybe we have a little bit lesser a chance, but I won't rule out some showers and storms here either. 94 in Columbus and in West Point, 95 in Macon. We'll get 92 in Ackerman for our Friday afternoon highs. Now, not everyone gets a storm, but all of us will be baking alive in the heat there. When you factor in those dew points that are in the mid, perhaps upper 70s, it will feel like the 100s out there, perhaps up to 110 at times on Friday afternoon. That heat will likely continue into the weekend. As far as the chance for showers and storms, though, notice here, Futurecast overnight tonight, it tries and pop a few showers and storms off to our north and our west there. I won't rule one out here, but I think many of us staying dry. Then on the day Friday, notice here we get some batches of storms trying to roll from northwest to southeast. It seems like most of those will stay just to the east of our area, but I can't rule out some stronger storms into our region here. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 for parts of far north Mississippi and northwest Alabama. A marginal risk then exists from New Albany to Tupelo, Amory, down to Pickensville and points north and east. We'll have to wait and see how things develop tomorrow. Any storm that does roll through the area, though, could have some damaging winds again, maybe a little bit of small hail. The tornado threat is very low in a situation like this, and we could see some heavy rain, too. We're going to stay hot, though, all the way through the weekend here. Notice that even though temperatures are in the 90s, those heat index values are well into the triple digits. I do think the weekend overall is dry, perhaps an isolated shower or storm. More scattered showers and storms as we head into next week.
Half hour before first pitch of a big-time elimination game between Mississippi State and Louisville. We'll have more on the matchup coming up next.
WCBI sports coverage of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you in part by Bill Russell Ford, Prestige Farms, OCH Regional Medical Center, Advanced Medicine, Compassionate Care, Home Store Furnishings in Starkville, and Visit Columbus, the city that has it all. WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Welcome back here to TD Ameritrade Park in Omaha. Tom Ebel, Courtney Robb back here talking Mississippi State and Louisville in a big-time elimination matchup featuring two top 8 seeds. Courtney, we talked about this a little bit at 5, but I don't think either of these teams wanted to be in this situation, but now you got to do it the hard way. You got to win 3 straight to get to a championship series.
You know, Tom, it's funny that you mentioned that earlier today on Twitter. Jake Mangum saying, hey, we might as well do it the hard way if we're going to do it at all. So might not be what they were hoping for, but they're going to make the best out of the situation.
I don't even know if you saw, but Mississippi State warming up here just about a half hour before first pitch at 7. The Dogs getting to the park a little bit earlier, meeting some fans, getting the heroes welcome. Mississippi State out in force for the dog walk, looking locked in, looking ready to go. And you know, we talked with some of Mississippi State, those guys last night, just about the loss to Vanderbilt and trying to get it out of your mind instantly, because now you got, this is it, win or go home.
Absolutely, and we talked about it at 5, but yesterday's loss for Mississippi State just much more indicative of how good that Vanderbilt team is. Mississippi State still doing a great job staying in the game. Unfortunately, that rally just came a little bit too late, so hopefully those bats can get going early in tonight's game.
Marshall Gilbert telling me yesterday that we're still the Bulldogs, and this could be the last time they suit up in the maroon and white.
The big thing is we're still Mississippi State. We're still the Bulldogs, and we still have this same toughness that we have every single game, and just knowing that this could be the last time we put the uniform on is going to make everybody go out there and play a little bit harder, I think.
That was a tough one to swallow, but, you know, it is what it is, and we got to go home tonight and turn the page quick. We got a really good team tomorrow that we got to play against, and, you know, it's going to be another great college baseball game in Omaha.
We always say if we're going to play each other, we're not scheduling each other, I can tell you that, but if we play each other, we'd want it to be Omaha. We were just hoping we were in different brackets than in the last games. So obviously one of us will go home, but one of us will get to keep playing. But the reality is it's Mississippi State against Louisville, and Dan nor I get to swing a bat, or hopefully him not steal a base or anything like that. It'll come down to the kids.
A lot of parallels in this game, Courtney. Chris Lemonis, of course, facing his lifelong best friend, and Dan McConnell, head coach of Louisville. Chris Lemonis was the assistant coach of Louisville before he took the Indiana job, so a lot of really good stuff going on with this one. It's going to be a great game.
Absolutely, and both of these teams, such good teams, coming in so hot to this College World Series. Neither of them looking to go home today, so they're going to put up a huge fight.
So we got some predictions from some friends, some resident Mississippi State fans. Let me introduce you to Grant. Grant in the Bulldog hat said it's going to be 2-1 Mississippi State. Shout out to those guys from Oklahoma City coming here to watch the Bulldogs. Hey, win or go home. We'll see what happens. Make sure you tune in at 10 for the latest here in Omaha. Reporting here in TD Ameritrade Park, Tom Ebel, Courtney Robb for WCBI Sports. We'll have a last look coming up next.
WCBI sports coverage of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you in part by Monroe County Farm Bureau, Jackson Square Storage, Bill Cunningham, attorney at law, and Bank First, a better way to bank.
A burglary suspect from Choctaw County, Joe White, is in custody. Just want to pass that along, a bit of breaking news here. He turned himself into the Winston County Sheriff's Department.
All right, got a quick last look for us.
Yeah, so we're talking about the hot weather. Of course, temperatures soaring into the 90s. Heat index values, triple digits. We'll have more tonight.
All right.
Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.